Hello everyone, welcome back to Pommy and Oz. We've just cracked 400, so thank you so much for that. It means the world to me, and in what's been a tough week, it makes me super happy to know that 400 of you have taken the time out of your day just to subscribe and watch my videos. Over 50% of you though don't actually watch and subscribe, so if you are one of them people or you just have come across me, please drop a like, please drop a subscribe. We're on road to 1,000 now, so that would be awesome if we could hit that before the end of the year. It would be superb if we can start 2021, new year, hopefully no COVID, and hopefully with 1,000 subs. That would be awesome. And today what we're doing the Pommys preview of the Sydney game. Now, it's been tough this week, really, to get the motivation to do this. I've been quite down. However, big shout out to all the dads who step in, who are natural dads, and to all the wonderful single mums out there who are doing two roles, because my kids today got me Charlie boy. Look at that. How's that not put a smile on the old mug? Tell you what, it's made me very happy. So, look at the new background. Pretty cool, eh? I'm even doing it in me Carlton pyjamas. You see, look, business on the top, party down below. So, obviously, the Sydney Swans, now they pose a really tough task. If you watch this side play, traditionally and very much so this year, what they do is they stop good sides playing footy. So they're a very tough side to break down. They make it very contested. They make it very slow as well. Now, obviously both of us coming off the same day's break. It's a very shortened break and a quick turnaround. It's going to be probably the best side to play in that aesthetic, because they're not a free-flowing, quick ball movement side. And if you actually look at the stats of both of these sides, it's almost like looking at the same teams. There's not much difference between them. The only big difference is in scores in the season, where Carlton obviously have a 20-point lead on them. However, in the last 5 games, it is a point difference in Carlton's favour. And that just shows you how this season has dragged on. Teams that have really catapulted an early start have really struggled later doors. Both of these sides are very kick heavy, very kick centre focused. And I think that's going to make a really entertaining game. For me, I like to see sides that kick. I mean, it is called football after all. And I do enjoy that free-flowing plan. Now, when we look at where Carlton and this side differ, and that is that they're very organic. They have created scores organically, and in the last 5 games particularly, we're looking for turnover ball. And when you look at Sydney, they average 64 turnovers per game. So there is an opportunity there. Both of us as well are very inefficient at getting the ball, well, inefficient. We're both the same inefficiency getting the ball inside 50. So it's going to be a really intriguing matchup, I think, in that aesthetic, that Carlton are going to have to hit them hard on that inside 50 when they do waste it. Now, for me, when you look at who's beaten Sydney, there's been 2 standouts of where you can hurt them. They have been very good, with the exception of North Melbourne, of taking out the primary toll. They have done very well at alleviating that matchup and winning it well. And it's come down to the second forward, the second tall forward, their second target, and also their primary small forward, off half forward, has had a traditional good game. So with this being said, we're going to be really looking at Jack Martin, and we're going to be really looking at Levi Casbolt, I think, to have 2 games. 2 real big games. And this is where the battle's going to be won, because Papley's at the other end, and when he gets going, Sydney get going. Now for Carlton, we're going to be looking to Jack Martin to be that Papley for us. We're going to be looking for him to drop deep, get the ball from midfield, and really look to hit targets. It's going to be a really intriguing battle to see how Jack Martin plays, because last week he started off so well that we had that lovely tackle inside 50, creating the turnover, creating the stoppage and getting that goal from holding the ball. And he was everywhere in the first half. And then he kind of stagnated in the second. So for me, that is going to be something that's going to be a really intriguing battle for us to really look forward to. That Jack Martin has brought us so much joy already in his short career, that can he do it in this game? Because I actually think this is a really big game. I just watched Terry's preview prior to this, and he talked about how building for next year already, and I think he's spot on there. And I'm not one to throw the kids in. What I would like to see though is I would like to see some players come in that are potential replacements. If I was Nick Austin now, there's a few players on our list that I don't even know what they do. So Caleb Marchbank's one of them. I know he won't be in. But players like Lockie O'Brien, I want to know, do I have to go out and find a Mark Murphy replacement? Because he's in the wrong side of the 30s, isn't he? He's coming up. He's coming to the end of his career. I want to know, do I have to go out and get a Lockie Hunter to replace him? Or have I got one internally that's going to do the job, if not better? And so for me, I wouldn't want to do mass changes, but I definitely would want to see someone like Lockie O'Brien, because I think that when you look at outside run has hurt Sydney, he may be a potential in that we're looking at for maybe Mark Murphy, who is looking tired as well. I think the intriguing one for me is Cripper. Will he be in or not? Now, when you look at contested possessions and also you look at the clearance factors, we're ahead of that on that scale, and Cripper is a large contributor of that. And for a team that is regarded as like the contested specialists, which Sydney are, they're probably not so much anymore. And for me, I think Setterfield and Kennedy, and I think Kennedy may potentially be a replacement. For me, I would be very confident that happening. I think that would be really exciting to see, because Kennedy and Setterfield have really impressed me. Ed Kerner always impresses me, and I think that would be a really intriguing battle to see. Them going up against Parker and Kennedy, and I think that would be a real big benchmark for 2021. If we can get Kennedy Setterfield firing on the ball, really just take that pressure off Cripps, which I feel like he's building because of his own high expectations that he's presented the fans, and it would allow us to play kind of that Fremantle role they've done with Fife. And I'm really admirable of Fremantle at the moment, that they can jettison Fife up forward, and the young kids just take over and dominate contested ball. And I feel like we've got that there. We're just not allowing it to blossom. And that's one of my beliefs there. For me, the back line is what I'm really excited about as well. Wheaterin has been dominant, and for me, if he's not a lock for All Australian, what is going on? He's an excellent deliverer by foot. He's an excellent one-on-one stopper himself, and he also gets the ball moving. And this side is a side that has one of the higher. They have 20 scoring shots per game. They do get a lot of entries inside 50 and a lot of looks. And they kind of suffer the same as Carlton in the terms of that they don't quite get the scoreboard pressure that it probably deserves. And I think that's going to be really intriguing to see what Wheaterin's got on his hands, because the ball is going to get in there a lot. And I would expect Wheaterin to have a really pivotal role in this game. I do feel that we're going to win this game. I've got the confidence coming from somewhere. I don't know if it's the cheesy Baywatch video I did of this bloke behind me. But, just having Kerno here, I feel it. I feel fired up for this one. I think it's going to be a really intriguing game. And the other guy that we touched on, we talked about Jack Martin, we talked about Levi Casbolt. Now, their backline for me is vulnerable. I feel like this is a place that you can hurt them. And I feel that his ability in the air, although it hasn't been dominant in the last couple of weeks, is really set up for Levi to have a big game. He is going to take their second toll, and that has been an area of vulnerability for Sydney Swans. And I really do feel that Levi is due a big game. I really do. I really feel like he's due a big game. And if I was a betting man, which I am, as you all know, I would definitely be saying that this is a chance here for Levi to kick 3. I really do feel it. It's a good matchup for him as well down the back. And I think if he can bring, and it's going to be really important this, that McKay and Casbolt to bring these smalls in. I feel like Cunners is going to come in as well. And I think Cunners and Fisher, Betts and Martin, just them 4 could really cause chaos. Because as we say, has been that ability to link your smalls and that second toll that have really hurt Sydney in recent weeks. And that is what I'd be looking for. And it's something that GWS did not do very well if you watch their game. And it's also something that Melbourne didn't do. They didn't bring Fritsch into it. They didn't bring Melksham into it as well as they had done in the weeks prior. And it's how Sydney, once they get that control of the back line, they are very good at, equally as Carlton, getting that ball going forward, and then slowing it down and controlling the tempo. And for me, this is this lesson that we're talking about. T keeps saying people don't allow us to play our game plan. And that's obvious. That's what sport's about. Like, no coach in the right mind, whether it's rugby league, whether it's soccer, whether it's AFL, will allow you to dictate play for sustained periods of time. And these teams are masters of stopping you doing that. So it's going to be really intriguing to see. This game will ebb and flow, I feel, just because of the nature of where we are in the season. This is going to be a great lesson. And I would love us to do that lesson without Cripper, to be honest. I think they've got nowhere to hide when Cripper's there. I feel like there's always a place to hide. Even when I saw the fan cams, he came under a lot of criticism from a lot of us. And probably rightly so. He is our captain and he is arguably the best player. So for me, it's a big chance they can't hide. They're going to have to step up. And I'd love to see Cripper get this break this game and really let the young, well, not the young kids, but the guys there who probably don't get the kudos and the expectation as much as he does, step up and say, you know what, Cripper's struggling, I've got the team. You know what, you take a break, mate, because we owe you, here's our repayment. All in all, I think it's going to be an absolute great game. And I think, for me, this is where Carlton can win. It's such an even game. If you look at all the numbers, intercepts, tackles inside 50, we're all 0.6 to 1.2 off each other. It's a really intriguing battle, and I'm super excited. Let me know your ins and outs. Let me know what are you looking for. Key matchups. Who do you think? I've picked out Casbolt and Martin for being someone that I expect to really be able to hurt them. Who do you think is going to damage them from our team? Maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's a Mickey Gibbons. Maybe he returns for you guys. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. As always, guys and girls, thank you so much for the love and support. It means the world to me. Enjoy Father's Day. Pom out.